right. Welcome back to Sean and Sean Talk About Shit.
Yeah, what it do, man? What's happening?
This is technically our second show. The first one was just a test show that we were trying.
That's it.
So I guess if you want to say this is episode 1.1.
Yes, I would say 1.1. Let's call this the pilot and a half.
The pilot and a half. Sean and Sean Talk About Shit, the pilot and a half. I like that a lot. So what's going on with you, man? How you feeling?
Man, it's been a pretty solid week, but the news been crazy, though.
The news has been insane.
I know we talked a little bit about politics on the first episode.
Absolutely.
We didn't really get in depth, but I would like to talk today about student loan, what they call it? Student loan
forgiveness.
Mm-hmm. Student loan forgiveness. Mm-hmm. Now, in the media, some people have said that they believe that if America does student loan forgiveness, it will increase the wealth of the black community, right? By a minimum of $40,000 per household. I've come to find out, Sean, it's absolutely not true.
That is not true. That don't even sound true to me. Like, that don't sound right.
It's not true at all.
Like, whatever. But go ahead.
That's real.
Yeah.
Ask yourself, Sean. We look at the makeup of America, right? And the people who have matriculated. That's another fancy word to say been to college and signed up for college classes. Even though I use matriculating in a variety of other ways. But that's what the word matriculate means. So we look at the people in America who have matriculated. The vast majority of people who have gone to college are white, which means that the vast majority of people who probably have student loan debt are probably white. So an erasure of student loan debt would probably add more to white wealth, right?
Yeah, I would agree.
Thereby increasing the wealth gap for every other non-white demographic.
Makes sense.
I don't understand it.
Well, first of all, the one thing that I think nobody really pays attention to is more black people are going to college today.
Yes.
And that's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
And not to knock on anybody's school or university, but how many black people are actually allowed to get into colleges that matter?
The PWIs. We call them PWIs.
Yeah.
Because white Americans say they matter.
Yes.
Say HBCUs don't matter. I agree, Sean.
Yeah. How many? Like, how many black people? How many black people you think in Harvard right now or Princeton?
See,
and everybody always says, if you graduate with a degree from Princeton or one of those Ivy League schools, it don't matter what you set for life. They always say, I hear that you set for life no matter what.
I agree.
You want to sit over a hedge fund? You got it.
That's it.
You want to run a Fortune 500? You got it.
Sean, see, now you're bringing up a whole different thing, though, right? So, because that does play into identity, right? So now let's talk about the black people who attend these primarily white institutions, mostly, right? It may sound rough what I'm about to say, but they're mostly foreign black people. So if we talking about matriculation, right, and especially at PWIs where these people are going to be, the lay leaders of tomorrow, right? They're going to run your hedge funds and your different businesses and whatnot. You go to Harvard Business School, you pretty much a guarantee in the business world, right? So just imagine that these foreign black people are going to be in these places, and then they may not have the same ideas of inclusion for people who are not, for black people who are not foreign born, right? There's an opportunity that exists for white supremacy to kind of creep into the mindset and say, well, you weren't trying to go to this school before I got to this school in this country. Why are you trying to go now?
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So then we gonna really talk about that's really gonna affect the wealth gap.
Yes.
Because we're not talking about black people. We talking about an immigrant group. So if you're going to relieve the debt for immigrant group, you're going to relieve the debt for white people. And it's going to have a small, minimal amount of relief for black Americans. I don't see how this is a good idea for the country.
I hear you, man. And, also, it's like when you talk about the careers that you get from these schools.
Yes.
that even stretches into our world. Like, for those of you who don't know, Sean and I are both cinematographers. We went to Full Sail University. Mm-hmm. We repped. We are both we are Emmy winners.
Yes,
proud Emmy winners. And it you hear about the lampoons. Mm-hmm. And where did National Lampoons? Where did that come from? Anybody out there know? It came from Harvard.
See, did y'all know that?
The top writers for Saturday Night Live right now were writers at Harvard.
Did y'all know that?
The talk shows, the late night TV shows, they pluck young writers from that program all the time. And it's not like a learning program. This is a program that they just have for their newspaper to make people laugh on campus. And you telling me that those are the only funny people in the country that can write on TV right now?
That's what I'm saying. So that's where things are going to start to kind of go weird, right? My goal is for Black America to have its own identity and be recognized, right? I agree with people being able to identify with the country that they from and the flag that they from and be proud in those things. America keeps saying, though, like, say, Black people, it's good for y'all to help us get to where we want to be. But then when y'all need y'all share, I'm gonna need some time with that. I gotta sit with it for a little.
And there is the problem for us, because everybody has to think about what they gotta think about what's good for us, even though we're screaming it.
Yes.
And all we really want at the end of the day is equality.
It's like equity.
And equity. We want our chance to make what they make and do what they do. And be respected as they are.
Now, be clear for everybody that's watching. I want you to understand. Yes, we do want equality and equity, but as Martin Luther King said, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King said, may his memory always be for a blessing, said, we came to get our check. You have got to include reparations now, and I'm talking about right now. I'm not saying that everybody in the world deserves reparations. I'm not saying I'm talking specifically for the descendants of American chattel slavery. Hear me when I'm saying those were our ancestors that built the country. That's not critical race theory. These are the stories that our ancestors told us over the years. I'm saying that lineage specifically deserves reparations in America, not as a handout, but as a maturation of a loan that had preceded our bodies.
What do you think it'll take for the powers to be to see that and understand that and give us what we're asking for?
The very first thing that we're gonna have to do, Sean, this is gonna sound real wild, right? Mm-hmm. The very first thing we got to do is get rid of the Congressional Black Caucus.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm with it.
All right,
I'm with it. So, I understand that. I understand where you're coming from, but elaborate for the audience.
Well, most people don't know, man. The Congressional Black Caucus has been around since 1971, right? I find it really alarming that at the height of Black power politics, when Black people were really, like Black Americans were really making their voice and their headway, the CBC came into existence, but then there were no Black people that advanced to power after they came into existence. Mm. We got a whole bunch of quote unquote Black leaders. Mm-hmm. All of them, we finding out now. All of them working for the FBI. Mm-hmm. All of them working for the CIA. Mm-hmm. Fam. So for me, is I feel like you can't separate the history of the CBC from the things that are going wrong with the Black community. And if I'm thinking that they always, the CBC being they, typically, right, have legislation and things in order to keep Black people back. We talking about people who don't live in Black neighborhoods and weren't the majority of them had not grown up in Black America, were the people who took Joe Biden and Strom Thurmond's crime bill and directed it at our community, saying that we needed this is what we needed, right? Here's what people don't know. Well, a lot of people don't know, right? In 1994, when they did the crime bill, when the Democrats pushed the crime bill, there was $200 million, right, in restorative programming money that was attached to the crime bill, which is to say, if your, mother, father, brother, sister, whatever, gets locked up and, their family needs to, it becomes on public assistance or they need help with, drug stuff, this money was supposed to these supposed to be safety net programs. The Congressional Black Caucus, the Republican Party, said that they would not agree to the 1994 crime bill unless those safety net program money were taken away. The Congressional Black Caucus said, I agree, and then implemented the 1994 crime bill. Now, I ask you, why is that important? Because people who are in the Congressional Black Caucus, who had not grown up in Black America, who advanced to the ranks of high government, have decided that a Black community that they've never been a part of needs more policing. These are people who the history of policing have devastated their families.
Yes.
But you saying they need more policing. This is the Congressional Black Caucus. It's not white people. But look at who designed the bill. Strom Thurmond and Joe Biden. I'm not finna tell everybody who Strom Thurmond is. But if you go do a little research, I'm fairly certain this ain't the guy that you want designing bills for Black people to exist.
For those of you who don't know, Strom Thurmond was a long-time senator from South Carolina. I lived in Columbia, South Carolina. They have buildings named after him. They have parkways named after him. So, the hope is the South will rise again based on what he believed. So they still believe that down there. Some of the people.
Bro, if y'all thought Lindsey Graham was bad for South Carolina, get a load of Strom Thurmond, sir. But he co-authored the crime bill with Joe Biden. And people forget, they neglect that portion of the history. Joe Biden was like 45 when that piece of legislation came out.
And that was in the 90s. That was during Clinton. That was during Clinton.
94.
Yeah.
You was 45 years old. I could tell you that as a 43-year-old man, I'm pretty ingrained in my sensibilities. While there are some things that I will learn and I could change and, my mind can grow and expand, we talking about, I grew up in Black America, so I know what it feels like to be disenfranchised. So when people start talking about marginalization, I can identify with marginalized groups. Joe Biden, on the other hand, y'all could believe the whole bootstrap story if y'all want to. I'm just saying he got a family history of slavery. You ain't had no bootstraps with slavery, fam. Nigga, the bootstraps was already made for you, fam. So it's no way, in my opinion, that he could detach himself from the history that was happening in his family at that time. You didn't make no public apology about it, nothing, but you created a crime bill that's going to affect Black lives. Fam, it seemed like you still on the same thing. And then remember, preceding that, what's the 1989? It was 1975. You came with I don't want my kids to get bust in with the black because it's going to turn into a jungle thing.
Super predators.
You and Hillary Clinton gave us the super predators. How do you detach that from, detach people's memories from that? Say, hey, I admit that the crime bill was a mistake, but you're not Black if you don't vote for me. You get in. You don't give Stacey Abrams nothing. You don't give Simone Richards a gig, the gig that she's supposed to have. She should have been your press secretary. But instead, every time Black people came around the Biden campaign, they got kicked in the teeth. And they said, go over there because that's specifically for Black people. That one thing. You got a crime bill for George Floyd.
Right. But the reason why is because it was the most popular and most focused on thing in the world for basically a year. It was basically the most popular topic for a year.
For a whole year.
Yeah.
And just to take us back to our reparations concept or conversation, George Floyd was an American descendant of slavery. His great-grandfather fought in the Civil War. As a reward from the country for fighting in the Civil War, his great-grandfather was awarded a 500-acre parcel from the United States government. That land was systematically taken back by the same government. George Floyd died broke and in the streets of Minnesota
Yep.
at the hands of slave catchers. Or, I'm sorry, police.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't make a mistake when I said slave catchers. I'm just saying that take you all the way back. So what happens if George Floyd is included, if his great-grandfather doesn't get this land taken?
Right.
This is Adolf. He an American descendant of slavery. He gonna get this land, and it's in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
He got a 500-acre parcel in North Carolina where Philip Morris buy tobacco from.
Yep. There's no way that ground is good for growing tobacco.
500 acres.
Mm-hmm.
How does George Floyd not end up as a millionaire at the very least, and not in Minnesota and able to get the police to step on his neck?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's crazy, bro.
I agree.
Plug us in.
Yep.
We want the check.
We're going to take a break. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about some sports. All right? Stay tuned for some upcoming information on how we can make your podcast better. Hey, everybody. This is Sean Galloway, one half of Sean and Sean Talk Shit, and I'm here to talk to you about podcast production. The market is completely flooded with podcasts, and rightfully so, because everyone deserves the right to be heard on any platform that's available. That's what makes us American. But let me tell you this. Unlike our video counterparts, badly colored or shaky video is acceptable depending on the content. But bad audio, on the other hand, is completely unforgivable. Nobody will listen. You'll tune them out. In fact, an audio guru friend of mine used to say that video without good audio is just surveillance footage. Facts. This is where the professionals at Vetrapreneur Visions come in. This award-winning company excels at the audio production needed to get your podcast quality to the next level. Look, a lot of you out there already found the 57 Chevy body in the old barn, right? You got the content. Let Vetrapreneur Visions come in and look under the hood, fix things, and shine that baby up for your next show. Online, you can find the website at vetrapreneurvisions.com. For Instagram, it's simply vetrapreneur_visions. And you can find us on Twitter by searching at vetrapreneur_. Welcome back to Sean and Sean Talk About Shit. We are moving. It's a working title, people. It's a working title, but I think people will like it.
Damn, Sean.
But yeah, so we are going to move on to sports now. There's a lot going on with sports.
What's happening in sports, Sean?
Kyrie's back.
What?
Clay's back.
Okay.
The Lakers are on their way down.
Come on, man.
That's just the NBA,
Bruh.
Like, we haven't even talked about, like...
Oh, Derrick Rose is down too. Please say your prayers for Derrick Rose.
What happened with Derrick Rose?
He injured his ankle, man, a couple weeks ago. They said he was going to be down for 8. He probably going to do 6. It's Poogie, so he probably going to do 6 and be back. But
yeah, so tragic what happened to him with his injuries, man.
It is.
He was the most explosive player since AI, in my opinion.
I agree with that.
He would have won about 3 or 4 championships in Chicago if he'd have stayed healthy.
I could see that, Sean.
Yeah, 100%. He was already the MVP before he went down. Like, and the youngest MVP.
The youngest MVP.
They would have just built around him.
Yes.
Like, because look what did come after he got injured. Noah.
Yes.
What's his name? Gibson.
Yes.
That he would have been the captain.
Well, he was on that squad.
Oh, was he?
He was on that team.
Okay.
But that squad was banging. Tibbs was the coach. They was winning.
Yeah.
The only reason why the Bulls ain't winning the chip around that time is because he went down. Mm-hmm. I'm with that.
Yeah.
Speaking of Derrick Rose, though, Sean, and how amazing he was and his potential and his ceiling and whatnot, as much as I'm boycotting sports for this year, we're going to talk about that later, but I'm boycotting sports for this year.
Okay.
The other day, I saw a young man that I've been liking this young dude since he been in college.
Okay.
Ja Morant.
Ja Morant. Beast.
He is, in my opinion, what Derrick Rose could have been without the injury.
Murray State's own. Ja Morant. He's something, man.
I watched this dude grab a ball off the back, put it on the backboard, and then pulled it off of it.
Yeah.
At about 12 feet.
Yeah. Yeah. How tall is he? He's not even at, what is he, 6'4", 6'5"?
6'5", maybe it's something like that. 6'5".
Which is, so even at 6'5", that's a ridiculous feat.
Listen, if you out there and you hooping, I'm telling you, everybody be telling you to work on your calves. Look at Ja Morant. He don't got no calves. His calves ain't that big. That ain't where the jump come from. It give you a little bit of power, but that ain't where the explosive come from. The explosive come out your thighs. I'm telling you, if you're short and you hooping, get on your thigh game. You will jump out the gym. I promise you.
And also got the Memphis Grizzlies on a nice little win streak.
Huh,
What are they at?
10
10 games in a row as we sit here on the 13th of January. 10 games.
10 games.
That's and they in the West.
Listen,
They not in the West. They are in the West. Okay.
And they beating your favorite teams.
Yeah,
They went up, punched Brooklyn in the mouth, right? Turned around.
Actually, they woke Brooklyn up because what Brooklyn did to the Bulls yesterday.
Hey, wait, well, slow down, bro. It's the Bulls. Okay,
So now the Bulls are good though.
Yes.
They're good this year, and they one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the East, and they went into that game into the late third quarter, 71-71.
Yeah.
And then KD said enough.
Yeah. Greatest scorer in NBA history, G.
KD had, I think they said he had 35 points on 10 shots.
Bruh. Greatest scorer in NBA history.
And Russell Westbrook had 8 points on 30 shots.
Listen, Sean, I'm glad you said.
I know we jumping around here, but good God.
Bruh, I've been telling people since, I don't know, whatever year Russell Westbrook was his third year in the league. I've been telling people since then, if you put him on your team, you are deciding that you don't want to win the chip that year. Yes, he gonna give you 50 million triple doubles, but in all them triple doubles, he gonna have 1,000 turnovers.
And he gonna put butts in the seats.
Have 1,000 turnovers. He gonna put some people in the seats.
Yeah.
1,000 turnovers though, but he not gonna give you no championship. You played with the greatest scorer in NBA history, and you played at the time.
2 of them.
You played with, but James Harden. I was going to say you played at the time when James Harden was in his bag, but he was fresh in his bag then.
Coming off the bench.
Bruh, he was your 6th man.
Yeah, which is crazy.
He was your 6th man and still was gutter.
Yeah.
You had Serge Ibaka. While you had the team to win and chip, I'm telling you, the reason why you didn't win is Russ. The end of the game, when you know you're supposed to get a ball to KD, because he's the greatest scorer in NBA history, Russ wanted to be the man.
So let me ask you this. I'm an OKC fan. People know that. I'm a Thunder fan because I like KD because he's local. I'm from Maryland. He's from Maryland.
For sure.
And I still don't understand why he picked Texas over Maryland, but whatever. We'll talk about that another time. But when he went to the Sonics, I followed him there. The Sonics came to OKC. I just stayed with the team.
Yes.
So none of my guys are there anymore, but they're still in my squad.
With it.
So in the way the history is laid out, where would you put that OKC team, ranking them against the best teams that didn't win it? Because they were good, but were they the Utah Jazz of the 90s?
I would say.
Were they the New York Knicks of the 90s?
Man, that OKC team is probably the greatest team to not win a championship in the history of the NBA.
You think so?
Bruh.
Because the teams that Michael Jordan beat were amazing.
They were. But those teams did not have the greatest score in NBA history. I'd give that KD that distinguishing honor because this is a 7-footer who could create a shot from anywhere. He telling y'all he's 6'9", 6'10", whatever have you. He's 7 feet and can shoot from everywhere.
7 foot with an 8 foot wingspan.
Bruh, I'm talking about a dude. First of all, we know big man could pull up from the corner because it's a shorter 3-pointer. But he wet from the 3. Then he can take it out to the timeline. He can shoot from the timeline. He can shoot from the logo.
Yeah.
He can also take you down low. When Kevin Durant is ready to score, there's absolutely nobody who's going to stop him from scoring.
Okay.
Except for the rim.
Yeah.
So that coupled with the fact that Russell Westbrook is a triple-double machine. And one of the greatest shooters in NBA history was their 6th man. It's no way that I don't say that that's the greatest team to never win a championship.
So where does KD rank? How does KD play? How does KD today, now as the greatest player on the planet, I'm giving him that title because he is.
Yes.
as the greatest scorer of all time, how does he line up in the 90s? When we watch, with the basketball we watched, as physical as it was, and is he still able to create his own shot and do what he want to do, or is he getting tackled at the mid court?
They gonna try that though. Mm-hmm. Like Charles Oakley and Anthony Mason, right? Mm-hmm. They would try that. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing them try that. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing though, Kevin Durant is a guaranteed bucket. Mm-hmm. So when you try to bang him from going down low, he just gonna start pulling up from outside. Mm-hmm. Now he's stretching the floor.
Right. Yeah.
He gonna kill your team just because he could stretch the floor as a 7-footer. Right. You gonna want him to be down low. You gonna have to put Patrick Ewing on him, or you put Anthony Mason and Charles Oakley on him. He taking them outside. They can't. Listen. Yeah. I'm gonna just say this: Kevin Durant's first championship series with the Golden State Warriors, when they played LeBron and them, that first 6 minutes of the game, Kevin Durant against LeBron James, you saw what he could do. Yeah. He made LeBron James fall 4 times. Yeah. I'm saying, if it's in the 90s, he one of the cats that I know in this generation that can still get his shot.
Yeah, okay. I agree with you. I'm a KD fan. Yes. I'm a KD fan on court. Yeah. Like, it's one to separate the art from the person. Not that he's a bad guy. He just like, he's cheeky. You know what I mean? He's cheeky. He's petty. I kind of like that he's petty. Yes. With all the secret Twitter accounts that he trolls people. Like, when people are getting on the nets about a 2-game losing streak, and then he makes a secret Twitter account that says, well, maybe they're talking about being better in the locker room. We don't know. Like, and then they find out it's KD all the time. Like, I love that.
KD, get your Twitter game together, G. I'll rock with you, but get your Twitter game together.
Yeah, and it doesnn't matter who it is. He's just always secretly responding to somebody. And I love that about him. Had to leave OKC because he had to leave OKC. Yes. I wasn't mad at him for that. Harden wanted to stay at OKC. They got rid of him.
Contracts.
They traded him. And I don't know, man. I feel like if they'd have moved on from West and kept KD and Harden,
that's a championship.
100%.
You move.
You can't stop either one of them. Look at it now.
So imagine. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no. So that Nets team that's riding as it is. Imagine if that team was all in. Like, imagine if Kyrie wasn't playing. Like, imagine if they were all in. We'd be looking at 73-9. That would be. They wouldn't lose. They might lose 4 games if they were all in.
Yes.
Like, crazy.
Yes. I'm just saying. On that OKC team, instead of moving Harden, you move Russ to Houston. Right. Get him down there with Capella. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yep. They had somebody else that was down there at the time. You would have Russ with that. You solid. You had Gerald Green on that team. That team was good. That's before Chris Paul came. But then you wouldn't even needed Chris Paul. You could have let Chris Paul go play with LeBron. But if you would have moved Harden up to the starting point on that team, I don't see how you don't win a chip. I don't know how you don't win. The only reason why they didn't win is because Russ is a turnover machine, number one, but then he got to be the man. So whenever KD start getting talked about too much, here come Russ. He got to do something stupid so that people can start saying his name. Yeah. I'm not mad at you because I think UCLA has a history of bringing dope point guards into the league. I can tell y'all, Amari Bailey gonna be the next one, Bo. He gonna be the next one, Bo. Chicago, Illinois, Bo.
He a freshman?
He started next year. He played for UCLA. Okay. Oh no, the year after next. He a junior this year. Listen. Amari Bailey gonna go to UCLA. He gonna be the next point guard to come out of UCLA and do some damage. But UCLA been giving us heat at the point guard position. Yeah. Russ is please do not get it twisted. This is not Russ slander. I'm not slanderous against Russ saying that he not cold. The boy nice. You can't average a triple-double without being nice. Right. Just be honest. Yeah. But you not gonna ever win the chip if you don't decide that you want to play the team and not for yourself, G.
He ain't changing that up at this point in his career.
You're not.
He's not changing that.
You doing bank stuff now. You got a bank that I'm with it, G. Get your money. Get your Verbo on. Right. For I'm saying you just not the guy that's gonna win the chip. Yep. I don't know how LeBron was like, oh man, Russ is available. Let me Bro, you bought the listen. Carmelo should have won the chip this year with you, G, because Brooklyn Brooklyn set it up so y'all could win the chip. Mm-hmm. Told Kyrie, hey, look, Kyrie, don't play. Let Bron them win the chip. Mm-hmm. Let Melo get his chip. Mm-hmm. You could have not signed Russ. You could have signed Chris Paul, and then got all of the people that we wanted to have a chip.
Right.
And then shot everybody down. LeBron could have played his last 2 years real terrible, and then waited till Bronny got in the league. Mm-hmm. Played with his son, set a new record. Still not the GOAT, but numbered like 3 in the league.
Do you feel like Bronny gonna make it to the league?
Bronny will go to the NBA.
Do you think so?
Yes.
Okay, because I was reading a scouting report the other day, and they call him I forget what they call him. They call him a switch player. Like, one, I didn't know he was only 6'2". I mean, he might still get a growth spurt. Yeah. But I didn't realize he was 6'2". I just figure all basketball players' kids are just
6'5".
Yeah, like I saw a picture of Kobe's daughter the other day, and she is towering. Like, I was like, this is ridiculous. Normally, I thought he was taller than that, but he might get a growth spurt. But they were saying that he's a guard that he needs to work on his handles, this, that, and right now he's projected to be a mid-major talent recruit. Which is fine. You're not going to be what your father was, or what your father is, and not as a basketball player.
The thing is, though, people forget. Mm-hmm. As good as LeBron was coming out of high school, mm-hmm. he was great coming out of high school. Mm-hmm. LeBron, I'm not finna say nothing super bogus, but what I'm finna say gonna be bogus. Listen, he was the biggest dude in the league that he was playing in. Mm-hmm. Fam.
It's like the Pop Warner game.
Come on, fam.
Yeah.
So, look. Yeah, he was cold coming out of high school. Yeah. He didn't have no jumper. His midi was terrible. Uh-huh. Remember, outside of 12, LeBron was a bucket. He was a bust. Mm-hmm. Outside of 12 when he first got in the league. Mm-hmm. Remember, he spent that offseason after his rookie season shooting. Mm-hmm. He came back with the midi. 2 years later, he went and shot 3-pointers all the time. Mm-hmm. He came back with the 3.
Right.
Bronny already has the 3. Mm-hmm. He not a guarantee. He not a walking bucket, but he can get you there. Mm-hmm. You got to pay attention to him. Mm-hmm. Can he drive to the lane? Yeah. Can he elevate? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, his dad is LeBron, so yeah, he still got some skill, natural skill.
Absolutely.
But Bronny is going to be. He one of them talents that it has to go to college, mm-hmm. right? So that he can stretch his game out a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Because he a floor general. Mm-hmm. So for him to get that portion, mm-hmm. to learn how to stretch the floor, mm-hmm. or how to space the floor as a guard, mm-hmm. he gonna be fire when he get in the league though.
Bronny, if you listening, I know your dad's an all-time great, but listen to me. This is how you get to the NBA.
Okay.
I know your dad's your dad. If you listening, go see Shaka Smart. Shaka Smart is the coach you need in college.
Okay.
He's out of Texas now. I don't know what he was thinking about.
Okay.
He left. He went to Texas. I don't know why. I don't. It's the same thing with what is it with Texas and getting these good. They got KD. they got Shaka Smart for a few years. Like Shaka Smart is coaching at what's Dwayne Wade's school?
Marquette. Okay.
Yeah, he's at Marquette.
Well, Bronny going HBCU.
Yeah, so I hear my niece goes to North Carolina Central. My niece Madison Williams makes the best ice cream on the planet. By the way,
Maddie's ice cream. Shout out to Maddie's ice cream.
She makes the best ice cream ever.
Whole lot of game.
Yeah, I mean combinations that is just so black. Like butter crunch cookie.
That's what I'm saying.
Lemon pound cake.
Yo, it's the
strawberry shortcake.
Yo, it's the cookie monster
stuff you only see in the black supermarket store or the black gas station. Yes. That's her flavor.
Yes, that's
her flavor, and they fire.
That's it.
They fire, and they fairly priced. But anyway, back to it. So. He's looking at Central a couple of years, like as of last year, that was where he was thinking about going. Mm-hmm. I could see him going to HBCU. I would love if he came here to Coppin and let Juan coach him.
That would be
if he came to Coppin in Baltimore and let Juan Dixon coach him.
That would be flame.
Juan would be beautiful for him.
Yes. Listen, if you're a young black athlete, I'm just saying this, bro. I went to a historically black college and university. I'm going to just tell you what it is like. I don't know what it's like to go on campus at a PWI when you first get there. Mm-hmm. I could tell you that at most of the black schools that I've been to, I'm not even going to say most, every black school that I've been to, when you first get there as a freshman, there is a party in one of the parking lots. I promise you, and everybody there, everybody is out there chilling, but you get a chance to be unapologetically black. People don't, when you had them feelings and you like, man, I just want to say something, you don't have to worry about nobody looking at you sideways because of the things you say, because people can relate to you. It's plenty of people who grew up in the same situation that you grew up in.
Right.
Bro, I'm telling you, look, take your talents to an HBCU. Once you get there, especially you're a top 5, the media already following you.
Deion Sanders got the number 1 wide receiver cornerback combo in the country to go to Jackson State.
Yeah. We're talking about prime time.
Yeah.
Don't go to Jackson State, though, because Southern University is where you should go. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that. You dig? Yeah. Don't go to the Sonic Boom. Go to the Human Jukebox. You dig what I'm talking about?
So let me ask you this. When we talk about these NFL legends getting their chances to coach, and there should be more NFL legends coaching, not just at the HBCU level, but at the Power 5 in the NFL. There should be professional football players that are Hall of Famers, that know the game, still got their brains, still there should be more coaches out there. Eric Bieniemy, like he should be a head coach somewhere. It's ridiculous that he isn't. You know, they're talking about he's going to get a shot this year, but I'm not going to hold my breath because the brother's been trying to get a job for the last 5 years. And all I keep hearing is that he doesn't interview well. What do you mean? He's a football coach. What do you, like, he's a football coach who's proven that he knows how to coach. What do you mean he don't have people skills? Well, see, for an interview, that's why you're not hiring him?
When you black, the ability to interview goes down by the fact that you showed up black. You know what I'm saying? Like you lose 9 points out of a 10-point scale for showing up black at an NFL coaches interview. So I'm gonna say this though, Sean, or at a college coaching interview, I'm gonna say this. I personally think if you are a Hall of Fame black athlete, hear me what I'm saying.
Not even a Hall of Fame, because there are a lot of good players out there that have gotten spurned because of politics. Look at T.O.
That's it.
T.O. It took him almost 10 years to get into the Hall of Fame.
Bruh, if you are an athlete, a retired professional athlete or a former professional athlete, I say it like that, baseball, basketball, football, hockey, whatever sport it is, and you black, take your talents to a historically black college and university. Go talk to the athletic director.
Yeah.
Get on staff. Because when you show up, right, and you show up with in all your glory and people already know who you is, when you get there, and the media following you and everybody talking about the fact that you got there, now you bringing eyes to that university.
Look at what Eddie George did at Tennessee State.
Come on, bro.
Did you see his staff?
I have not.
He's got Hugh Jackson as his offensive coordinator. Like, who wouldn't want to go and be under those guys and study their minds?
Come on, bro.
And then use their connections.
Listen,
to get to the league. Like, okay, what if you don't want to be a football player? You want to be a coach?
Yes.
You telling me Hugh Jackson can't get
Come on, bro. Come on. We know that a lot of these athletes also specialize in media. They want to do media stuff. Fam.
Yeah.
This is how you get there. I'm just saying, you don't have to go to a predominantly white institution. You don't have to. I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying you don't have to. There's plenty of colleges in the world. But if you want to bring money to a historically black college university, it seems to me all of these cold athletes that we like watching playing anyway, you go play at these schools. When you leave and you an alumni then, right? And you in the league or whatever, you then send something back for the folks that's down there. You dig what I'm saying? And let them eat. Listen. Jackson State is going to prove everybody that the historically black colleges and universities got what it takes. You dig what I'm saying? If you do this as a former athlete, you're gonna build the network that the HBCUs operate in.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're starting to show up on ESPN more. There were a ton of it. They had a HBCU Friday night special where they had their own basically their own college game day show.
Shout out to Deion Sanders.
Yeah, where they would go and they would go to Howard would be on one week. Shout out to Cam Newton's little brother. Quarterback at Howard, and and then they had Jackson State. Then they had Tennessee State.
Yes.
And it's amazing. The Tennessee State versus South Carolina State bowl game was on ABC this year. Last year at the end of the year. I've never seen that before.
And you know Southern and Grambling get the Bayou
Classic, yes.
Every year around Thanksgiving, right? And it's been on NBC for years, right? People just kind of used to see it. I went to Southern. When I went to Southern, I seen how important that game was for our university, right? Yep. So I'm just saying, if you are a black athlete, what do you got to lose to going to a PWI? Because you don't think you're gonna make it to the league? Yeah. Fam, the league is based off the combine. It doesn't matter which one.
You just got to work your ass off to get invited.
You got to get an invite to the combine.
And if you got the coaches that can put a word in for you,
you solid.
Because I tell you what, that Senior Bowl isn't just for Power 5.
Come on, bro.
That Senior Bowl got everybody in it.
Come on, bro.
Everybody in it. But going back to the HBCUs getting the top prospects, I really love that. My only knock, and it's not even really a knock, and I get it because these guys are trying to change the way that things look. You're kind of asking these kids to do something you didn't.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I can dig that.
And they got to have an answer for that, because I know somebody's asking that when they go to somebody's living room. Why should I go to a HBCU when you didn't? You went to Florida State. You could have went to FAMU.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Which is right around the corner from Florida State.
It's right down the street. Yeah. Their stadiums share the same street.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Pretty much.
Facts.
So, that's my only thing. But I know these guys. I know Prime is smart enough to have an answer for that, because I know he's been asked that. I know it's been proposed to him as a question, and I know he's got an answer for that, just like Eddie probably has an answer for it.
Well, look at them. They made it to the league, right? So they know people. They was on the team at primarily white institutions.
Yeah.
Predominantly white institutions. They was on the team with these other black cats who didn't go to the league. Tell them the story of Bob.
Right.
Tell them the story of James.
Right.
Hey, he played on the squad. We was trying to tell him to get his education and whatnot. He didn't want to do that either. He thought he was going to go to the league. He didn't go to the league. Or, he played on the squad. He got his education. You know what I'm saying? He didn't go to the league, but he owned his business. You got Primetime, Eddie George. These are cats that everybody respects in the league. Telling you this. And then imagine you get cats like, let's just say Meta World Peace go coach at Southern.
Right.
You starting to get these cats show up.
Right.
It's going to change the face of. I know you made it to the league. Your advice is solid.
Yeah.
Your advice solid. You black and you a coach. You might mess around and have Lethal Shooter come up in here and start teaching us. They're not going to do that at the PWI.
Right.
Because they got a guy who dad was coaching how to shoot for 50 years.
Right. Right. So how do you... To me, the biggest thing that I think that these guys fight with trying to get these kids, and they obviously these guys are really good recruiters because they're getting these kids to flip. How do you get these kids to come to the schools knowing that they won't be eligible for things like Heisman's and some of the better awards in the country for college football?
I mean, that's a really good question.
And it's not they aren't eligible for the Heisman because because the Heisman is supposed to be the best college football player in the nation. That could be a Division III player.
It could be,
but it's never gonna be.
We know it's about the looks though. So now going to HBCU automatically change your optics though. Because when you cold and your numbers look better than the Heisman Trophy winner, and then you say we was talking about the greatest player in college football. This person play over here, that person play over there. They wasn't as good as this person, but they won. Mm-hmm. That's white supremacy.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that happened to Baker Mayfield and Lamar Jackson.
And LJ.
Please, I'm telling people Sean, you already know my style. How I feel about Lamar.
We talk about it.
Lamar Jackson, how you
he's basically our favorite player right now bro. In the NFL.
Sean, just so the people at home would know.
Honestly, I'm gonna say this. We're gonna go back to this. Debo Samuels.
Okay, yeah,
is special.
He is special.
I think Debo Samuels is my favorite player not to play for the Baltimore Ravens right now.
That part.
That boy is special. But go back to what you were saying.
Sean, remember the night that Lamar was at the draft?
Yeah.
When he didn't get drafted,
you texted
the sixth pick.
You texted me.
What did I say?
You texted me right after we got Hayden Hurst.
And I said what?
You said. I said, well, I guess we got another tight end. And you was like, don't sweat it. Y'all about to trade back in at the end of the round and get Lamar.
The best quarterback in the draft.
I was like, nah. But I should have been thinking that it was Ozzy's last draft.
That's it.
And he was going to try to go out special.
Sean.
I wasn't thinking like that.
Now, Lamar gets into the league. Mm-hmm. Who's the quarterback at Baltimore?
Joe Flacco.
And when Lamar got drafted, right, I said, Sean, he going to start this year. What'd you tell me?
I was like, nah, he ain't going to be ready.
Because Baltimore never starts
a rookie. Yep, never. We started Joe as a rookie, but that's only because what's the name got hurt. The guy he replaced got hurt.
That's it. But look at what happened.
It was supposed to be Tyrod, not Troy Smith.
Look at what happened. Yeah. Lamar got a chance to start. Mm-hmm. What'd he do? 5 straight, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, I told them that he was. Then I tweeted the day he got drafted. I tweeted, Lamar gonna make y'all mad that y'all didn't draft him. He gonna win the chip and he gonna win the MVP. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He won the MVP. He gonna win the chip.
He's gonna win the championship.
If COVID had never happened, Lamar Jackson win Baltimore 2 championships, guaranteed. Mm-hmm. Guaranteed. I'm standing on it. 10 toes down.
Yeah, he gonna win some championships. Chips.
He guaranteed.
It ain't just one.
He'll lock. Once Baltimore lock in their defense, it's a deal.
And get an innovative offensive coordinator.
It is a deal for the league.
They currently have the coordinator on staff.
Okay,
T. Martin. I don't know if you remember T. Martin, but he was the quarterback that played at University of Tennessee in the 90s. Black, won the national championship.
Yeah.
His receiver was Peerless Price.
Yes.
T. Martin.
Dang, that was back in the day.
T. Martin, that was 98.
Yeah.
T. Martin went 24 for 24 in the national championship game.
Yes, I remember that.
24 for 24.
Come on, bruh.
They got him on staff as the wide receiver coach right now.
This is what I mean. White supremacy, fam. Last
year, he was the offensive coordinator at USC. And USC had the highest scoring offense in the country. They weren't good the record wasn't that great, but they were the highest scoring offense in the country with T. Martin at the helm.
Well, his job is not to make sure they win the games. That's what the head coach is supposed to do. Mm-hmm. His job is to make sure they score the most points in the country.
And ironically, we got the best wide receivers that we've had in years in Baltimore right now.
I'm just saying, if white supremacy decide to just sit on the bench for 5 minutes, right? Sit your ass down over there and just let black folks do what they do. I'm not saying you got to do everything. I'm just saying white supremacy, go sit your ass down. Go over there.
Yeah, T. Martin, I think they hired T. Martin with the idea that he's going to be running the offense one day.
Okay.
Because why would you leave a job as an offensive coordinator at USC, one of the biggest football schools in the country? We talking Reggie Bush.
Yes.
Why would you leave that?
That's what Pete Carroll was good at.
Yeah, and come be a position coach in Baltimore. Why would you leave LA for Baltimore to be a position coach?
Well, Sean,
I think he has a bright future with this team.
That's it.
I really do.
They said, "Hey, Lamar Jackson play over here. You know that, right?" He was like, "I'm on my way."
Yeah. Yeah. To me, he's the best kept secret on the coaching staff.
It's gonna be. Listen, Baltimore is poised. You don't listen what I'm telling you. Baltimore is poised to win a chip, G. Mm-hmm. Once they defense lock all the way in, like the old Baltimore defense, y'all can forget it, bro. Y'all can forget it.
Bro, everybody was disappointed in the way the season ended. Bro, we went 8-3 before we started getting hurt. 20 people were in IR through those first eight games, we didn't have our starting cornerbacks. We lost the other. We had so many injuries, and then COVID, and they still went 500.
This is the Baltimore Ravens.
They went one game over 500 because they added an extra game, under 500. But even still, like what they did with basically practice squad talent is crazy. That's it. Okay. So I feel like this, Sean. Look, COVID is happening, right? Mm-hmm. Sports entertainment is a big thing, right? The reality is this, though. Mm-hmm. If you was one of them cats who could make the team, and you was like, man, I just really, really wish I had the opportunity. COVID was like, hey, fam, I'm finna hurt all of the starters. You finna get a spot. You had an opportunity to show out, right? You had an opportunity to come in and show out. Jordan Bell went to Chicago, right? You got your 10-day, then they ain't let you come back out of the 10-day. I'm just saying, you had an opportunity. COVID was like the baseball strike in the 90s, right? It gave the folks who didn't make it to the league at the time an opportunity to play. Say, okay, look, they gonna come back eventually. Right. You might get an opportunity to play when they come back. Right. But you got to show out right now. Exactly. Yeah. And the ones that are taking advantage of that are, they're making new stars. They're forcing new stars to be born. And, the ones that are ready are taking advantage. Speaking of new stars, now you heard it here first. You heard it here first. Cam Reddish just got traded to the Knicks, right? Zion been sitting out the whole year. Sean, the Knicks is going to get Zion with. You think so? Sean. Do you think that's going to be a good thing? Sean. Because he can't stay healthy. He can. He don't want to because he want to play with RJ and Cam. So now when you get the Knicks with RJ, Cam, and Zion with Julius Randle. So the Knicks, if they were to land Zion, they're going to have to come off of several key pieces like Obi Toppin or Toppin. Toppin. Yeah, Obi Toppin. Like they're not going to allow them to build a super team like that. Like all those studs. They're not. But this is what you're going to do. This is what you're going to get if you the Pelicans. This is what you do. You say, I'm going to give y'all back. I'm going to give y'all Randle. Let them go on down there back with Brandon Ingram, right? You also let them get Kemba. Okay. Let Kemba go play. That's a solid big three right there. Yeah. That is a solid. If Kemba can stay healthy, yes. Again, we talking about hooping. We talking about where you know that you want it and where you know you appreciate it. The moment Kemba Walker signed with the Knicks, and Derrick Rose is already there, sir, you had to think to yourself, what if he get healthy? Right. Derrick Rose gave y'all 50 at Minnesota after drinking a 2-liter of pop and eating a whole piece of pizza. He ate a whole pizza, drank a 2-liter, and then gave y'all 50. So if you Kemba Walker, going to the Knicks, you finna sit behind Derrick Rose if he decide to get healthy. True. But if you go down to New Orleans, where you got Brandon Ingram and you got Josh Hart, you can bring Randall back down there with you. You a problem, sir. Okay. You a problem in the West. You a problem. Okay. All right. So we're going to take a break and we're going to come back for our final segment where we just talk about where we feel and where we are today as a people and how we feel and where we think things are going. That's it. Be back in a second. Y'all better get into them. Hey everybody, this is Sean Galloway, one half of Sean and Sean Talk Shit, and I'm here to talk to you about podcast production. The market is completely flooded with podcasts, and rightfully so, because everyone deserves the right to be heard on any platform that's available. That's what makes us American. But let me tell you this, unlike our video counterparts, badly colored or shaky video is acceptable depending on the content. But bad audio, on the other hand, is completely unforgivable. Nobody will listen. You'll tune them out. In fact, an audio guru friend of mine used to say that video without good audio is just surveillance footage. Facts. This is where the professionals at Vetrapreneur Visions come in. This award-winning company excels at the audio production needed to get your podcast quality to the next level. Look, a lot of you out there already found the 57 Chevy body in the old barn, right? You got the content. Let Vetrapreneur Visions come in and look under the hood, fix things, and shine that baby up for your next show. Online, you can find the website at vetrapreneurvisions.com. For Instagram, it's simply vetrepreneur_visions. And you can find us on Twitter by searching @vetrepreneur_. Welcome back.
Welcome back, y'all.
To Sean and Sean Talk About Shit.
This is Sean and that's Sean.
Yeah, we spelled the same way.
We just talked about some shit, right?
SEAN. Gaelic life.
That's shout out to you if your name is SEAN, bro.
Yeah.
If you got an H in your Sean, fam, I feel sorry for you.
Yeah.
They were trying to tell you to hold up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so let's talk about a little bit about where we are today as people. And this one could go for a long time, but this is the last one before we go.
I'm with it.
There's a lot of dark things happening right now. And they seem to be getting ignored. People are at an all-time high of needing mental space, and everybody. I don't care who you are. Over this last year, if you didn't have depression, dark mental issues, if you never had it before, you've had it since 2020.
Facts.
Even if you lived alone and you stressed yourself out about getting COVID.
Yes.
You did that ad nauseum because that's what was put on us.
Yes, facts.
So where do you see us? March 13th will be 2 years since my job shut down.
Jeez.
It's 2 years since the shutdown.
Okay.
We shut down about the same time that the nation shut down.
Yes, yes.
Where are we now? 2 years later, where are we heading? I mean, as people, what's going on?
Me personally, man. I mean, I talk to a few people about this a lot. This is kind of something that I look at a little bit, Sean. Mm-hmm. The COVID is still going crazy.
Yes.
Right? But it's only one way to really be able to corral everything. And I learned it when I was in the Army, right? Mm-hmm. You have to quarantine the thing.
Yes.
Right? So how do you quarantine the thing? Right? Mm-hmm. They're going to have to put the country back on quarantine. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying right now that the U.S. Post Office is finalizing plans with the United States government to send COVID tests to everybody's house. Mm-hmm. Hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The president just ordered 500 million new tests. Mm-hmm. They finna send a test to your house every week.
Yeah.
What that's going to do?
It's going to make you stay in the house if you're positive.
Well, it's going to make people get tested for COVID.
Exactly.
You don't got to go nowhere. You don't have to do nothing, right? So you get the test, boom, boom. Now they found out you got COVID. Mm-hmm. Now they can direct resources into your space.
Yes.
As much as white supremacy wanted Black America to not, take this as serious as they should have taken it, the reality is the only way to fix this, is to ensure every single person has access to healthcare. Mm-hmm. So, what do I think? I think we're going to go back on lockdown for 3 more months. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be from roughly about either February or March through June or July. Mm-hmm. I think at the conclusion of that, they're going to open the country back up because the country will be able to move freely because we will be, if not COVID free, at that point reach herd immunity.
Okay.
And I think at that point we will start to move forward, but we have to be intentional about how we move forward, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's 100% true right there. I feel like, everybody, when Omicron hit, and there was Delta before that, we have been extremely lucky. Yes. Like, there hasn't been another destructor strain. Like, the first one was a destructor, man. Yeah. Like, it was a destructor. We talked about it. I lost my mother-in-law to the first 100,000 people that died from COVID.
My Uncle Austin.
Yeah, your uncle. And my mother-in-law died June of 2020. And we are a year and a half since that. And almost 900,000 people have died in a year and a half from COVID.
Yes.
That's alarming. When she died, she was in the first 100,000.
Yes.
Almost over 700,000 people have died since then. That's crazy. It's from one thing.
It's nutty, bro.
Yeah. And I feel like, everybody likes to point to South Africa. They peaked. They got rid of Omicron moved on. South Africa also shut down. Mm-hmm. That's how they got rid of it. They didn't keep the party going.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
And I want people to understand, though, right? Like, I know that Omicron got found by South Africa. Mm-hmm. Here is why. because a lot of people don't know this. I read the story when they first published like that they found out about the Omicron. Well, because South Africa deals a lot with HIV and AIDS, their system is designed to be able to catch, small viruses and viruses that can pick up anywhere.
Yeah.
They found the Omicron in some blood or some specimens that came from Europe. It wasn't in South Africa, so don't let them tell you that it came from Africa.
That it originated from there.
It was in Europe. They found they tested some samples from Europe, and then those samples had Omicron. And then South Africa announced to the world that Omicron was a strain. People assumed that strain was live in South Africa, but it wasn't. You dig what I'm saying?
I dig it. Yeah, I feel like, this. I don't think this is the last strain. I think this is going to keep going as long as people.
Deltacron, Sean?
Yeah, Deltacron.
That was yesterday.
Oh, there's a Deltacron now?
Deltacron.
Man, they're saying them more and more like Transformers.
Yes.
Flurona, that's a new thing. And
Yes.
for a while I was afraid for Flow Rider when they said that.
Got that damn Flow Rider.
Because Omicron, Omarion, that was a thing. Like,
Bruh.
when I saw Omarion on CNN telling, like, they don't put anybody on CNN. Nobody at CNN that works an anchor gig even knew who Omarion was until this happened. I know that for a fact. So when he was on CNN, I was like, man, people are really stupid.
Yeah.
Like, people are really stupid.
As much as we try to keep the mood light about COVID, bro, like in real life, man, you got to protect yourself. I don't know. Like my Uncle Tony, right? He don't go nowhere. He don't go nowhere. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He don't want to get vaccinated. He was in the Army, got all the vaccinations that the Army had to offer. He don't want to get vaccinated. But he don't go nowhere. He posted at the crib. If you you going places and doing things, please wear your mask.
Yeah.
I'm not saying wear your mask so you don't get COVID. I'm saying wear your mask because if you got COVID, I don't want you to give it to nobody else.
Right.
Feel what I'm saying?
Right.
If you're not in tune with the vaccine, look, don't get it, but don't be around people that could expose you to getting COVID. I don't want you to die.
Exactly.
I don't want you to die.
Exactly.
If you vaccinated though, or if you think about getting vaccinated, go get listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, Sean Black, me, I was afraid of the vaccine. I got a buddy that worked at the CDC. We went to high school together, and then he went to medical school and whatnot afterwards. I sent him a message. I said, hey man, I got the anthrax vaccines, smallpox, had adverse reactions to both of them. Had everything that the Army had to offer. He said, first of all, why the hell did you get anthrax and smallpox? Told him Iraq couldn't wait.
We had to do it.
Iraq couldn't wait. So he said, all right, cool. But then he said, Sean, look, I don't want you to think that they're giving you the live virus. They're not giving you the live virus when you get the COVID vaccine. He said, Sean, when they give you the virus, when they give you the vaccine, all you getting is the proteins that make up COVID. It's so that your body could recognize them proteins and build a defense around the proteins.
Right.
I'm just telling you, if you scared to get the vaccine because you think it's the live virus and they're going to hit you with that, like they hit you with the flu live virus, they're not. It's just the proteins. It's not going to make you get, I'm not going to tell you it's not going to make you get sick.
Right.
I'm saying it didn't make me get sick, and I got both other vaccines and I got the booster. And I'm just telling y'all, my buddy that work at the CDC got the Pfizer, so that's what I got. I can't tell you what, my mom and them got Moderna. I got Pfizer because he got Pfizer, so it is what it is.
I got Pfizer and I got the booster shot, and all I had was a sore arm, and
that's it.
That's with all vaccines. People protect yourselves, protect each other, love each other.
That's it.
Like, it's all about love at this point, man. We got to love each other. We got to protect each other. We got to be greater than our own selves.
Yes,
and I just feel like that is lost, and I feel like the more that people like us scream about it, the harder the other side fights to block those screams.
The thing is, though, Sean, I think that most people feel like they do about COVID because they ain't had no real world exposure to COVID. You feel me? I don't just have stories of people that I know, that somebody told me about somebody that died. I'm saying I lost several family members and several friends.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
I done had several family members and several friends get COVID and be sick.
Yeah.
You understand? I got real world exposure to COVID. So I understand that I want to see my family be well. Mm-hmm. So I'm telling them to do the things that's going to keep them safe. Mm-hmm. I personally have an autoimmune disease. I'm definitely afraid of this shit because if I catch it,
it's going to be problems.
My body.
It's going to be problems. Yeah.
Just protect yourself, G. That's all I'm asking.
Absolutely, for sure, man. Yeah. And you sometimes you got to take things into your own hands.
That's it.
And all the governments on every level seem to be doing different things and putting out different directives. And
yes.
I joked to my friend Carl the other day. I was like, they might as well put like the National Lampoon sign over top of the CDC sign in Atlanta because some of the stuff.
National Lampoon CDC.
Some of the stuff that they're doing down there and coming out with. I just think nobody knows what's going on because it's still so new. But I know for a fact that if this was something as serious as Ebola, they would have just burned everything down. So they would have just burned everything down.
My friend that I was just telling y'all about with that work at the CDC, worked on the Ebola team.
Yeah,
this is why I trust him. G.
Yeah, remember when Ebola was in this country during Obama?
It was like 5 days, bro. 7 days. They shut everything down, and they was moving people, whole families into hospitals. G.
What happened to the person that they said had Ebola?
They burned all of the stuff that they had. Right? They burnt everyone, all of the clothes.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they own, G.
Yeah. The Ebola is nothing to play with, and they should treat this the same way. Not saying that you should burn everything down, but let's get that same urgency. So we're going to wrap it up here. I don't know. What do you think? What do you feel about doing an MLK special show?
I'm with that.
Monday?
I'm with that.
Do a show
we got
on MLK Day?
Yeah, we got some programming for Repair the World and a lot of Jewish organizations here in Baltimore that's happening for this weekend.
Go ahead and plug Repair the World.
So Repair the World is a Jewish organization that wants to mobilize 1 million Jews for 1 million acts of service by 2030. Mm-hmm. Right?
Mm-hmm. That is very noble.
It is. So the Repair the World, in Hebrew, that phrase is tikkun olam, right? Mm-hmm. Literally in Torah, it says that the job of human beings is tikkun olam, which means repairing the world. Mm-hmm. So
I'm with it.
That whole part, man.
The world need repairing.
That's it.
The world need repairing. But I always wondered, like, what if a comet came away, things just got real cold and we couldn't reverse it? Like, what kind of person would I be? Would I just start would I just be horrible? Like, go straight villain?
No. No. Listen, never
so
go
we need
straight
you
villain.
guys to fix the world, so I've never had to figure that out.
We good.
Okay.
We good.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll be back for an MLK special.
Yes, indeed.
And maybe we can get somebody on the phone. Maybe
that's a possibility.
We can have call in. We can
fix something out.
We can have somebody come and talk about MLK. Maybe somebody that was alive when he was doing his thing.
That's the thing.
Somebody that saw him speak for real.
Mm-hmm.
Because we didn't. He was gone by the time we were born.
We might call Sean Pops, G.
Okay.
We can call. We call you Pops.
Yeah. We can
call Sean Pops. We gonna get it MLK Day.
Yeah.
Sean Pops on the phone. G.
Yeah, we can do that. Well, he'd love that actually.
I'm with it.
All right. So now, between now and then, this is the question I want people to ponder.
Okay.
Do you know anybody that's black that went through the civil rights movement that trusts a German Shepherd?
Oh, that is. Can we just say any dog, Sean? Baby woman black people don't like dogs.
They don't like dogs.
They cannot stand dogs. Don't bring that damn dog over here. That's what they say when you see the dog. Don't bring that damn dog over here.
They don't like dogs, and everything is preceded with, was he white? All right, we out of here. Sean talk shit. We'll be back.